Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. For myself, I had a really busy week, so I haven't really enjoyed this week, to be honest. So I was really looking forward to today, because it's Sunday, so now it's time for your weekly dose of anime and manga news and other stuff that I found interesting, that I want to share with you guys. That sounds good. Welcome to episode 4 of the Weekly Anime Update. Let's kick right into our top stories, and to start it off, earlier this week, the world celebrated a lovely event called April Fool's Day. Now, if you're somehow living in a country that doesn't really celebrate April Fool's Day, or it's hard to say celebrate because the premise of the whole day is kind of to piss everybody off and deceive them. But if you guys don't know, April Fool's Day is, like the name suggests, is a day that everybody does pranks on each other, tells lies to each other, and has a good chuckle about it, pretty much. And it seems that anime production companies are also on the ball when it comes to April Fool's Day, because many companies have brought out their good share of lies and deceiving material. Those include fake announcements, quirky crossovers, and all sorts of other stuff, which a couple of those I want to share with you guys because it just seems really funny. First off is a series called Hamatora, which actually finished last season, and the production company that made Hamatora, I forgot the name, it's this one, bring out a trailer for a supposedly live action version of the series. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the costume design is pretty terrible in this one, so from one look you can kinda tell this is an April Fool's joke, because if they went along with this kind of design, then we're gonna run into a couple of problems. The other one that I found really funny was Shaft Studios, who are famous for making the Monogatari series, and they bring out a promotional, not only did they bring out a promotional video, but they bring out a website and a full-on list of merchandise and other stuff that fans can buy for a new spin-off series of the Monogatari series called Uso Monogatari. It seems pretty obvious because it has the word uso in front of it, which literally means lie. But I kind of like how the Japanese really put effort into their April Fool's jokes, not like the Australians here or, other places where it's just, oh, I shot a fucking water gun in your face. Lol. No, the Japanese do it with style. And I really respect that because it's good for a laugh, and, these production companies are going to look back at that kind of stuff and, just chuckle to themselves like, God, people are stupid. Now let's talk about Pokemon. Yes, the Pokemon that everybody loves to play, everybody liked to watch, everybody liked to read, whatever your medium was, Pokemon bring something to all of us that crossed over many generations. It's one of those games that, people my age, people younger than me, and people older than me love to play. Everybody likes Pokemon. But it seems that some people take it a little bit too far with their Pokemon love. As a 32-year-old man in Japan yesterday was seen stealing a 10-year-old 5th grader's limited edition Nintendo 3DS with Pokemon on it. That is really cool DS. I would actually like to steal it too. And 4 games from it, resulting in a grand total of about $250. The thing is though, the man didn't steal it because he liked Pokemon, or he wanted the 3DS, or he wanted the games. No, that man was seen selling the stuff that he stole at a local game store. Later that day, the boy's friend saw the used 3DS and used games being sold, and he recognized that it was his friend's, and that's when he contacted the police. But what I don't understand is that, okay, you stole a 3DS and you stole a couple of games, but not because you liked the 3DS, or not because you liked the games. It's because you wanted some fucking money. Like, there are other ways that you can do that. Is it really worth stealing a 3DS and 4 games for $250 when, you could have done something that's worth a little bit more money? I'm not saying that, you need to steal, big shit, but, just don't steal it from a kid. He's 10 years old. That's gonna scar him. That's literally gonna leave a mental scar on him, and he's gonna have a hard time carrying, his valuables outside of his house from now on. But thanks a lot, you dickhead. And now the top story and kind of CU news crossover, which I found really interesting. May the 3rd is the date that will mark the first ever real escape game based on Attack on Titan. Now the real escape game is this thing that Japan are holding in different stadiums and all that, where they gather a bunch of participants, they chuck them into a stadium, say, Tokyo Stadium or like some other huge stadium or arena, and they get participants to solve riddles and to escape from the particular area in a limited amount of time. Now these games can, vary from puzzles to actual physical, games to, all sorts of other shit. And every now and then they put a kind of theme to it. Like this one on May the 3rd, which has the Attack on Titan theme. It's titled Escape from an Extra Large Stomach, and it's the basic concept is that the gatherers have, the people have gathered in this stadium. A real Titan, like the Colossal Titan, comes in, swallows them all, and they have to spend 15 minutes, a maximum total of 15 minutes, to solve the riddles inside the stomach and get out of the stomach alive. And it's kind of CU news as well, because a bunch of CUs who starred in Attack on Titan are also going to be participating in this game, including Kaji Yuki, who did the voice of Eren, Ishikawa Yui, who did the voice of Mikasa, and Kobayashi Yu, who did the voice of Sasha. The event is going to go on for quite a long time, like over the span of a month or two, and it's going to be actually broadcasted live on Nico Nico Doga. So if you don't have a Nico Nico Doga account, then I'm sorry, but you can't watch this. But I have left a kind of digest or promotional video in the links below that you can check out, and it's a really interesting video because you can kind of see what's going to happen during this event. So I thoroughly recommend that you check that video out. Now let's move on to the anime of the week, where I give you guys one anime series that I want to share with you guys, or I think deserves more credit because it is awesome. This week is a series that, I watched and I thought, damn, this is really, really good, like, really underrated. I don't know why people weren't watching this when it was airing, because it is freaking awesome, and in my eyes has one of the best, coolest and best protagonists in all of anime. It's a bit of a long title, but doesn't stop the series from being awesome. I'm talking about Yahari Ore no Seishun Rabu-kome wa machigatte iru, which also can be translated to My Youth Romantic Comedy Was Wrong As I Expected. Let me give you a quick synopsis of what this series is like. This romantic comedy revolves around an antisocial high school student named Hikigaya Hachiman with a distorted view on life. When he sees his classmates talking excitedly about living their adolescent lives, he mutters, "They're a bunch of liars." When he's asked about his future dreams, he responds, "Not working." A teacher then gets Hachiman to join the Volunteer Service Club, which happens to have the school's prettiest, but yet cold-hearted girl, Yukinoshita Yukino. With Yukinoshita Yukino and the Volunteer Service Club, Hachiman helps other people in need through tough times while he tries to overcome his own. What makes this series, though, is definitely Hachiman, the protagonist, because he is, like I said, he is probably one of the coolest protagonists I have ever watched, and he's just entertaining. Like, hearing the synopsis, you might think, yeah, but he's just an antisocial kid, so it's probably just he's like, you probably think he's too insecure about everything, but no, it's actually the opposite. He doesn't give two fucking shits. And it's really interesting to hear his monologue, because the original light novel, the author of the original light novel, actually threw in a lot of social psychology elements into it, and, it's really interesting to see the world of, school romantic comedy seen through the eyes of a character like this, because it doesn't happen. This is the first of its kind. And the good thing is, he's a new type of protagonist too. He's kind of confident, yet insecure at the same time, so he's kind of a mixture of both. But the way that he says stuff, and the way that, he gets the spotlight, is actually really, really interesting and really enjoyable to watch. Although the light novel goes way more in depth than the anime is just as awesome. So, if you guys want to watch a school romantic comedy that's a little bit different from your usual, this series is the one to go for. That was the anime of the week. Now let's finish the series off with the question of the week. I'm not going to do a anime term of the week this week because I just couldn't be fucked. So I hope you understand. Next week maybe I'll make one. But anyways, question of the week is where I give you one question at the end of the video that I want you guys to answer because I want to see what you guys think about this. Now following on from the anime of the week, I really want to ask you guys this question because I kind of gave you my answer for this already. What is the most underrated anime series that you have seen and why? It's a simple question, An underrated series is a series that not many people know or not many people liked, but you think is awesome. It's kind of similar to last week's question, I know. Like, try and think of a series that is not well known. So don't say stuff like Naruto or One Piece or, all the mainstream animes. I want to hear, anime series that maybe I haven't even heard of that you thought was awesome. That would be a really good answer. Last week I got a lot of good answers from you guys too. A lot of animes I could really relate to. Like, a lot of them were like, oh yeah, I know that feel, bro. So, you're not the only one, guys, so don't worry. But yeah, like I said, Yahari Ori no Seishun Rabukomen Machigatteru is definitely one of the underrated anime series for me. There are a lot of anime series for me that are totally underrated. Other than that, answer this question, leave your answers in the comments below, and yeah, I'll be looking forward to see what your answers are. That's it for another episode of the Weekly Anime Update. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to work on a lot of stuff with this series because I want you guys to really enjoy it. I am trying to think of a better, introduction to the series because, let's face it, it's pretty much the crappiest introduction that I've ever made and I've ever seen, and probably you guys have ever heard and seen. So I totally understand that. I'm trying to make an actual proper introduction for it. It's going to take a while because I'm quite busy with my personal life too. But other than that, guys, if you have any suggestions, then leave it in the comments below, along with the answers to the question of the week. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime banter, and I'll see you in the next video of whatever I make. Keep watching anime. じゃあね。
嫌われたものですね。
ち、娘ってはこれだからね。
お母さんだったら見せてもいいです。お母さんに確かめてほしいです。大丈夫ですよ。